Welcome back to Shelbs for the Culture, where we get into all things Bravo, reality TV, and the moments that have the culture talking. I'm your host, Shelbs, and today we've got a packed episode full of hot topics, messy timelines, and a little bit of chaos, just how you like it. Joining me today, I've got Krystal and Autumn. Newlyweds, first time having a married couple in the studio. And we've got Jordan.
I'm back, y'all. What's up? Disco Daddy 92 on Instagram.
We missed you last week.
I know. No, I'm happy to be back.
While we're on that topic, can we shout out socials? Krystal, what's your
You
social?
can find me at krystalgemsart.mua. That's Krystal with a K.
Autumn.
Okay, so for
You don't need to
me,
find them on.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
think it's AJ Breezy, AJ Breeze __ on Instagram. And if you can't find it.
Krystal said you don't need to add them. You don't need to know they out. All right, let's kick things off with some Bravo hot topics because the streets have been talking and we have thoughts. So the Real Housewives of Potomac cast announcement. What do we think, Jordan? I know you have thoughts. So Ashley's coming back. Giselle's coming back. They brought Robin back in as a friend of Karen, Wendy, all coming back. Monique is out. Kay is out. And who am I forgetting? Angel. Angel is out. Thoughts?
I mean, number one, I'm surprised this is the first time that they've like announced in advance.
So early. I thought
Yeah. I'm sad that Monique is not coming back.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised though.
I kind of am because this is the first time actually. I was listening to another podcast and they said this is the first time in Bravo history that a girl has left from being a housewife, been demoted to a friend, and not been returned as a friend or been returned back as a housewife again. And so people have said that maybe it has something to do with Chris Samuels. The other ones, Robin Dixon, she.
Can I just interject on Monique before we get into Miss Robin, my fellow Aries queen? I feel like Monique showed us that that's all she could give us. I don't think there was more to it. Like I agree that is a valid point that Chris Samuels probably has something to do with it as well, but I just don't think Monique had any more layers on that cake or onion to pull back.
But I feel like she's messy. I feel like she does Giselle better than Giselle does sometimes. Like I feel like she will ask the messy question. Like Colorado trip, great example when she was like to Angel, where you stay? Like I think she drives the story along just by being messy.
You're right. She did clock in that day, but I guess like they have Giselle already, who's the producer favorite. And sorry, so let's keep it moving because I have thoughts about Ashley. But so Robin,
I need to whack Ashley, but yes.
Whack her. Wait, what made me say? Get her for me.
No, I was just saying, I was just surprised. Not saying that I wanted her back by any means. Because I do think that ever since she's turned over this new Hotep leaf, I think she's kind of boring.
It's tired, yeah. It was such a ruse and an act.
I think it's very boring. And so I'm not happy that she's gone. I'm just kind of there. Angel, I told y'all she wasn't coming back.
We did agree on that.
Angel already.
You missed Angel.
Yes, I like what you said. Something in a mercurial nature. Okay. Angel was giving us vocab. I saw someone say they were like, Angel gives like true Potomac in the sense that like DC and the DMV area, like especially within the Black elite class, like they are very much all about education. They are about like advancement in, being smart.
She's what Wendy thinks she is.
Yeah, she's very astute. She's very like, you know what I'm saying? She's got the chops. She's got the language. She has the vocab. Like, I think she could have gave us a little something without Kay.
Wendy, like, now how I get in it?
I mean, Wendy, no.
We knew Wendy was coming back. We want to know what's going on.
If she's not in jail, she'll be back.
She's gonna get out.
If she's not in jail,
I have faith.
Did you see though that one of the alleged newbies already has, as seen on Real Housewives of Potomac at Bravo on her Instagram bio?
Oh no, girl.
Yeah, she already has it on there. People are like, oh my God, already Krystal.
I think
no. Her name is Brittany.
Yeah, they have newbies who they didn't put in that original post.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't put the newbies in the original post. People were speculating who were the newbies going to be.
Yep.
Because they didn't announce
it's a white
any
girl.
newbies.
It's a white girl. She's biracial.
Oh, she might be biracial.
She looks like she could either be like
Her granddaddy black.
Yeah, like or she's like Latina. I don't know. But her name's Brittany, but it says already like as seen on Bravo, as seen on like as Real Housewives of Potomac. But
Ready?
yeah, so we'll see. That's my thoughts.
We're not gonna see much then, I guess.
Yeah.
But speaking of not giving much, Ashley's been brought back, and if they weren't gonna get rid of her, why couldn't they make her a friend of?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get that she's an OG. Like, okay, maybe there needs to be some respect for that. I don't know.
She's the longest OG.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that Ashley has now been on longer than many. Not Giselle, sorry. She has been on Bravo longer than Mimi, Candy, maybe I believe, yeah, and Bethany Frankel, which I guess Bethany left a lot, so that's not really a record. But I think
what was she in before?
Say that one more time.
What was she in before?
No, on Potomac.
On Potomac.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
She's had the longest run, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Like, I guess people are surprised about Ashley. Yes, Giselle has done the same amount of time, but I think it's making news of just like, guys, can you believe that Ashley Darby has been on Bravo longer than these?
She needs the check. If Ashley, like, Nene went off and then bam, she popped up on the screen somewhere else. Like, Ashley can't do that.
I think it just goes to show that it's not like quantity, it's not quality always, Like the quality housewives don't stick around and we get stuck with people like Ashley. But I do like how I used to stan Ashley in the beginning. In her earlier seasons, yes. Oh my God, in her earlier seasons, actually, I loved how she was not punked by these older women. They tried to punk her in her restaurant. They tried to bully her, and she was not going to be bullied. And, her and Karen used to be fun foes. And I like when she came out in that wig, like I used to like how Karen would take it on the, thank you. She would take it on the chin with Ashley. I just thought Ashley used to be really, really fun. And also she had a storyline.
Her family for storylines.
Well,
you're talking about your mama's husband or whoever he is.
Oh, damn, I didn't say all that, but
wait, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Her mom's sobriety journey.
Her mom's husband's sobriety journey.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forget that you just rewatched.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that was the only thing that really stuck out to me about Ashley this past season.
Yeah.
You got your sister on here, half sister on here, boohoo crying because her daddy's a drug addict. Like,
I think you're the only black person I've ever heard say half sibling.
I mean,
who's got that?
Yeah.
I mean, when it's when it has to do with the biracial, I would say half.
He wants to be specific about the half. Okay, so clearly we could go on and on and on about Ashley and Potomac, but let's move on to, does anybody besides me watch Real Housewives of Miami? I know you don't, Krystal.
I don't.
I'm alone. Oh my gosh. I'm still fuming that they put it on pause, especially now that there's been news. So just gather around and just pretend to be excited, guys, because Lisa Hochstein of Real Housewives of Miami and her ex-boyfriend were both there were arrest warrants. I think they both got mugshots. Oh crap! I only saw Jody's before, but now I see Lisa's. Yo,
they're looking very refreshed.
That's nice of you to say that, because I was just gonna say when Larsa Pippen was talking about Jody's creepy eyes, I'm like, now I get what I thought she was being mean, but now I see what she was talking about. So, okay, so Lisa Hochstein has been in a messy, like, custody battle with her ex-husband, who's, like, a famous plastic surgeon. Like, he's the breast king star, yeah. Yeah, I feel like her tagline was, like, I'm my husband's best creation.
Ooh, okay, Frankie.
Oh. Okay, so allegedly, according to people, Jody hid recording devices in Lisa's ex-husband's car, and they ain't even together, y'all. Imagine getting arrested and getting a mugshot over some shenanigans with your ex, over your ex. You get what I'm saying? Are you following that?
Well, that's what
Autumn's like, no.
Isn't that what Colton did?
Ooh.
That's what Colton did to his ex. Colton from The Traders.
Remember Colton from The Traders?
That's exactly what he did.
Yes. his creepo.
What's up with these white dudes and tracking
They love
hoes?
to track. They love the air tag and stuff.
I would have
Stop
thought,
tracking the bitch.
but you know what? Lisa had also accused Lenny of tagging her car or bugging her car or something like that. Either way, bravo, you dropped the ball, putting Miami on pause. And how dare you? How dare you?
Like we would have got some mess.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, did you guys see Dennis and Kelly on socials getting into it from Real Housewives of Miami, Atlanta?
Dennis the hot dog man?
Yes, Dennis the hot dog man.
Him and Kelly.
I mean, not ex-husband, but baby daddy and ex.
So I'm trying. Oh, here it is. So there was it's under the Peach Report, I guess, and they were doing a post about Kelly's waffle opening that we're going to talk about when we do Atlanta. And Dennis going to come up there being like, commenting, damn, was this the opening for the one that already closed? Yikes. Dennis. And she goes, I see why your baby mama like girls now. Bye, Demisha.
I mean, wait, but is it? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question.
I think it is. Like,
Is
no
it the
shit,
one?
'cause-
I know it was the one she said on the show. It was like they couldn't get it open or something.
She said she had to pay like $100,000 into the landlord and to some other stuff just
well,
to
yeah, 'cause
reopen.
this filmed
check out.
this filmed a while ago.
A year ago.
Right.
And then like all these reports came out fairly recently that she is not as wealthy as she claims.
Right.
Another one.
I mean, because like no shade, but like when she talks about her business, it sounds like it's failing.
Yeah.
Well, everybody has a waffle or a brunch bar or some type of business in Atlanta. Like if Candy's restaurants were failing and they were really successful, all of her restaurants are closed now.
It's a
Then
risky
imagine-
industry to enter.
Absolutely. I
So-
would never go into the restaurant industry unless I had a fire ass idea that I felt like was gonna shake shit up.
But even when they're doing well, those restaurants are living like month to month.
Yeah, they're hemorrhaging constantly.
Yeah. Okay, so oh my gosh, Rula's husband is now So the mistress apparently signed an NDA, and I'm trying to wrap my head around being so organized with your affair that you managed to have paperwork drawn up and have the mistress sign an NDA, which she has broken. She all on the socials posing, showing pictures of her at their house.
Oh my God.
Oh yes, my friend. You do not watch Real Housewives of Rhode Island. We will let you know who Rula is. But for those who know, we doing hot topics. And I'm like, that's a hot topic right there. She breaking the NDA and the fact that you had an NDA to begin with.
Right.
Leave it.
Imagine you being the lawyer. How would you feel if your client came in and was like, draft me an NDA for my mistress? I mean, it's money. It's what you do. Would you do it?
I mean, rarely do NDAs get what's the word?
Abided? Followed?
Yeah. Like it's like receiving a cease and desist. Like it's like rarely do they actually go through unless it's like you really putting out some crazy shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
people, but he's probably like, okay, I'll put this shit together, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of Real Housewives, Speaking of Real Housewives of Rhode Island, as you now know, cast members have opened up their relationship. Joellen opened up her relationship to threesomes. Rosie is dating 2 men. Everyone in this room has dabbled a little or completely dove in to open or multi-partnered relationships. Any advice on navigating that? Anything kinky you want to share? Jordan, you want to start us off?
Well, I've been very open and saying that I can never do monogamy. I've always said personally, for me, I don't think it's realistic for me to say I love you and only you, but for the rest of my life, I'm only going to have sex with you. And I don't think it's realistic for you to say that to me either. I just don't see that. That being said, I think it just has to depend on each other's rules. And I think that's something you establish early. You know, when it comes to open versus poly, those are 2 very different things.
Yes, there was some
You know what I
confusion
mean?
on Real
Yeah.
Housewives.
Polygamy, polyamory,
Yeah.
using those
Like,
words
exactly.
interchangeably.
You know, like
Nah.
me and my friends, like I have friends who are poly where they have, you know, my friend has a boyfriend and his boyfriend has a boyfriend and things like that. That's poly. You know, when I think of open, it's like, yeah, we go to the club and you see somebody you want to make out with, you want to go home and fuck them. Okay, cool. That's cool. We talk about it later. You know what I mean? Or I like some of my friends, they have what we call like a lightning strikes rule, where
yes,
you know, we talked about this. Where
we
like,
did. Please tell it again.
yeah,
So Autumn can know.
there's like a bunch of different types of open where it's like traditional, like I said, where it's like, okay, we fuck other people, we do it, we talk about it, or we don't. You know what I mean? Then there's some types where it's like we play together, only together. There's some where it's like, you know, if I'm out of town, I can do whatever I want. If you're out of town, you can do whatever you want. My two friends, they have this rule called lightning strikes, which means lightning strikes once and nowhere else. And I think that takes a lot of trust. So that means if you meet somebody on an app, you meet somebody at a bar, essentially you want to go fuck them, you can do it. Lightning strikes one time, one place, and never again.
I fully support
You
this.
can get their Instagram if you want, you can get their number. But I prefer you don't, because then it opens up to, so it's like,
no, you don't get their
so
Instagram.
once,
Like,
exactly.
no.
Then you'll be thinking like, damn, that was really good, you know.
In the blood.
Yeah, but I think it all comes down to just being, like for me, like I said, I can never do monogamy, but that doesn't mean that, yeah, it doesn't mean that day one we fucking other people. It just means that eventually, I hope you know that we will have to talk about that.
Yeah.
So that's just me. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I agree in a sense. I feel like that for me, sexual exclusivity isn't necessarily like a cornerstone of a successful relationship for me. I know for a lot of people that is. But quiet as it's kept, a lot of people are in non-monogamous relationships and they just don't know it.
That's
okay. Exactly. Okay, the big C word, that's called cheating. So I think if there's a way that you can talk about it and be open about it, I feel like that opens the door for more transparency instead of people just going behind each other's backs and betraying each other. You know what I'm saying? Which puts everyone at risk, not only like your sexual health, but also just like
mentally
and trust. Exactly.
That part.
And so you know, I think you have to do what works for you. Like, as we've seen, sometimes monogamy works for people, sometimes it doesn't. But I think if you can be open and honest with yourself, you can, like, you know, start that conversation.
Yeah, it's like going back to Housewives. Like Candy says that her and Todd, they were not open, but they have threesomes. You know what I mean? So it's like she doesn't consider that an open relationship compared to, like, if you remember Shamari, when she was on the show, she was like, yeah, we are completely open. She goes, he does what he wants.
Well, not I completely open, because she could only hook up with women. Yeah.
And her rule was he could not hook up with anybody that was in the circle.
He knew.
Yeah.
I feel like what would be completely open is if she could hook up with whoever she's attracted to, not just be like, it's got to be just a woman. That is controlling. That's not completely open. You're allowed to have that desire, that rule, that expectation, but that ain't completely open.
Yeah, true. You can see it. Thoughts?
Yeah, I would just like to add that really heavy on the communication and just being open, you know, just in the terms of like just having a partner that isn't you know, doesn't want to have that sexual exclusivity, you know, and they don't want to have that inclusivity. I think that's the word more, you know. But they don't want to, you know, they want to be liberated, they want to be free. And I think, you know, coming from a background from just being raised in the South, you know,
speak on it. Yeah, we're both from the DFW area. Yeah,
you know, just being able to see relationships that's not necessarily like what we were, you know, exposed to. So being able to like have these experiences like as an adult and just learn more about it is really liberating, and it's definitely eye-opening just to see different perspectives and just to understand like the needs and the wants of other people. And definitely like what works for some couples doesn't work for, you know, all couples.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, Krystal and I, we have our rules, you know, and they're, you know, developing, and we learn, we make mistakes, you know, and then we just move forward, and, you know, those are our rules. You know? So
are you open to sharing like a mistake that you had to learn from?
Yeah, I'll leave it to Krystal.
Do I want to? First of all, I'm a perfect pretty princess.
Yes, you are.
I don't make mistakes. No, but I think definitely figuring out like what is the level of transparency, because like I feel like we both have different levels or understandings of like what transparency was, so we had to kind of get on the same page. Because I'm like, I'm sort of the like, don't ask, don't tell camp. Like, do I really want to know? Not
Mhm.
really.
I think I'm in that camp. too.
See, I'm the opposite. I want to know.
Like, I
wanna
want to know
everything.
every single thing.
Yeah.
I
I want to know because it turns me on. I mean, I want to know what you sucking the dick when you doing this. Like, I want to see how.
In that sense, I do want to know because I'm like, I'm like, I do want to be there. If this progresses, I want to be there.
Shit, I
Like,
think I'm I want to
invite me. Exactly.
Shit,
I would
arch your
love to
back.
be a spectator.
Use the
Exactly.
back.
Exactly. Looking in the direction. I want to direct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not much of a spectator.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I love a good voyeur moment. I
Me
love
too.
some voyeurism. I love just sit in the corner.
Me too. Me and my ex, we used to be at like some of the circuit parties in New York, and like, he's very, very attractive. We both, I mean, come on now. But like, guys, I could see guys checking him out, and I would be
Can I
like,
interrupt you?
Yeah.
Can you say what a circuit party is for people who might not know that are listening?
oh yeah. Circuit party is like a big gay dance party. They call it circuit party because the music plays in the circuit. When you think of like, yeah.
Are people clothed? You just saying it's
Yeah, and so
What are
most
you wearing?
most guys are like shirtless and they wear like either jock straps or like gym shorts and things like that.
they don't even have
Finance.
a place to hold
Um,
these.
Yeah, it's like you put your shit in like your socks, things like that. But like sometimes people have sex on the dance floor. It depends on the party. But like we'll be at like a circuit party and like we'll be dancing and I can see guys checking us out. And like some guy would come up and like start flirting with us. And I'm like, Alex, you should I was like, y'all should make out. Like, or you should suck his dick or something like that. And like they're like, he'd be like, nah, and I'm like, if you want to. And I'm like, really can I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, shit, you're an adult, do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
You know, but I mean it would be the same other way too. But then there would be other times where like a guy would we would be at a bar and like a guy would be obviously really attracted to him and not attracted to me and then like they would not even give me the time of day and then a little jealousy would come into play to where I'm like okay even if you're not attracted to me at least like be friendly to me and don't just go
Right,
I mean
right.
Don't
and so
be all.
yeah and so then I'm like all right let's cut this shit off no more you know what I mean but I wouldn't say that but it's like that's when we have to talk about it you know and I'm like okay if you notice somebody doing something like that to me you know, why are you even making out with them? And he's like, I'm sorry, yeah, you're right. You know, so it does
Is that
just
how
come
y'all
down.
worked through it? Just
Yeah.
talking. Okay.
You know, so yeah.
Okay. Set that boundary of like, if someone's gonna disrespect me, don't.
And I
think
felt like
it.
that didn't even have to be a spoken thing. You know?
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
But I realize some people just are oblivious to certain things because they just I'm not gonna say they see the best in people, but they don't think that people would have I just spat, y'all wanna see that? People would have like ill intentions like
Right.
you know what I mean like they don't think that someone would like
Do that.
yeah especially since he is not black but he's also not white you know what I mean so we have very different experiences
Absolutely.
you know
right. He's
so,
not gonna read it that way. But it's funny
exactly
you brought that up because there was a couple on the show, Couples Therapy with Dr. Orna. I think it comes on like Showtime or Stars or something like that. Showtime. This exact thing came up with a gay couple where they're like, we'll be at parties. The white person will get approached, his Latina partner would not.
mm-hmm.
And so like just like you said, would completely ignore him and then go to the white partner and like say you're hot, I think you're cute, like
Yeah.
this and that.
Okay.
Communicate, y'all. Talk it out.
Communicate.
Talk it out. And if you gotta close it, and then open it up. It always, like I said, it ain't always gotta be just straight up open.
Yeah, it doesn't have to
You
be
know.
open all the time.
Yeah, Monique, comedian Monique, she
Yeah.
said her and her husband, they didn't become open until she turned 50.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
wow.
You know, and she said she was the one that initiated it. They always think that the man is the one who's like, I want to fuck other people. She was like, no, I want to try some stuff that you're not into. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Curious to what that is.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen couples that have opened up because like maybe I've heard like the woman, she really wants to be dominated, her male partner is like a little more like softer or doesn't really like
Yeah.
is not into like rough types
Yeah.
of sex and dominance and things. So she goes out and
Yeah.
is dominated,
Love.
you know?
Love. Well, thank you guys for sharing that. Appreciate it. So, before we get into Real Housewives of Atlanta, I wanted to touch on a few things that had me rethinking my opinion.
Oh, Lordy.
So, I know, Jordan, you don't watch Ladies of London, and Autumn, I'm sure you've got little remnants of it because
You got pieces.
your wife has been watching it. So, yeah, I feel like Ladies of London came in like a smash hit. And I was just eating it up. And now that Atlanta is back and we've got Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Ladies of London just ain't hitting.
Mm-mm.
It's just not hitting like it used to. And I also wanted to run it back. Call me Drew, because I'm going to run back what I said. But I thought Margot was going to be more of a head bitch in charge and like she done made me have to walk my comments back at the picnic. At the picnic, in the previous episode where she was responding back to Kimmy and Mark and held her own. You know, she was like, "Kimmy, how's that accent? Oh, Mark, you gonna talk about my? You want to compliment my outfit so you can talk about it behind my back later or something like that." You know, I was just she was unfazed. She was unfazed and. She had a quick remark for everything. And then next episode, she's crying. She's playing victim. I'm like, girl, get out.
So annoying. Stand up. Stand up.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm still gonna be watching, but I'm just like I don't have much else to say about the episode.
Yeah, like it was a snooze fest. It was boring. Like, come on, y'all.
Damn.
Are we gonna get this feud between Margot versus
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I will
Mark
say
and Kimmy and oh my god, they're so mean to me. Wah, wah, wah. Like, girl,
yeah,
tighten up.
yeah,
Come
tighten
on.
up.
You know where you landed. You know what show you're on.
But shout out to Missy. I do appreciate her and her tops. I'm just like
Yes, Missy be having a V-neck. V. Her chesticles are out.
to be that confident after
Yeah.
2 kids. Yeah.
Chest is always out. I feel you, girl, because I feel like for one, I'm always gonna have my legs out. I made that promise to myself for the rest of my life. I don't care how old I get. I don't care how saggy this skin gets. Okay, baby, I'm gonna have a leg out.
Oh.
I'm showing a leg.
Amen. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we got taglines. So let's start out with Whoresha. She says, "I've lived many lives, and all of them have been fabulous."
Okay.
What do we think?
boot.
I know, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
but like, hey,
It's a
like,
lie.
What's her face said? No, who said that? Phaedra said, Portia follows the capital, so she follows the money. So I guess, sure, she has a fabulous life.
I feel like she was lurking in the comments and saw people saying that about her, like, "Oh, Portia has lived many lives." I've been seeing that all over, and I don't know. I'm just like, get out the comments. Like, you can't just repackage what the audience has said
But yeah, I feel like a lot of these are like,
and try to present it as original.
who
Yeah.
writes these?
Apparently, the producers do. Yeah.
Yeah, the producers, they be online.
Yeah. Okay, well, fine, but I still don't like it.
No.
Okay, so Drew, if you cast me in your drama, I only accept leading roles.
Boot.
Okay.
I don't like
Take
it.
it. I'll take it from Drew.
I don't like it.
You
Yeah.
don't like it?
I don't like it.
She ain't been the
Yeah, I don't
lead
like
in
it.
nothing since TLC.
That's what I'm
Since
saying.
TLC, T-Boz, the crazy sexy cool.
Lead.
Man.
I'm seeing online people trying to say, "See, why did K. Michelle say she doesn't know Drew and she was at that premiere?" It was about TLC. Stop conflating the two. It was a TLC premiere. That's why K. Michelle was there. Like, she would not have been there otherwise. Has she been to a Drew Sidora premiere since? And I like Drew. I've always liked Drew, but I was not feeling when she was like, "Oh, K. Michelle, she's still saying like, no, you did not."
Right.
Just try to disrespect.
Yeah.
Puddin'. No, you didn't. So Shamia, I've been loyal to a fault, and now I'm ready to have my own back.
I like that one. I'm gonna give it a 2. It's
I'll take it.
it's a soft 2. I like that one.
Okay. I mean, clearly it's pointed at Portia.
Right.
Yeah.
Kelly, I'm short, seasoned, and always a full course meal.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's how
What do
I
you think, babe?
feel about her fashion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, we got a Kelly fan in the house. Yeah, you know what? I could actually see you having a nice meal with Kelly
I could see
and
you
other
being a
things.
fan.
Yeah.
So my thing about taglines is whenever the ones I don't like are when you can take them and make them to multiple housewives across different franchises.
They have to be repetitive.
That could be Candies. That could be any housewife who has a restaurant. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, I don't necessarily.
That's
It's
a
not
good note. That's
bad,
fair.
but it's just kind of.
It's mediocre, which is
Yeah.
worse. Okay. At least
You're not
somebody who was bad took a chance. Okay. So I like Angela's. She goes, "In a field of players, I always run it back."
Okay.
I like that.
Run it back. Okay, Angela.
Get it, girl. Okay, Phaedra's tagline. I already know y'all gonna be hard on my girl Faye Faye. So, in a world of legends, they call me the Godfather.
I hate
I
it.
like it.
Okay.
I like it too,
I like
because she took something that somebody tried to make a negative, and now she's made it into a positive. Like, well, not to mention this particular thing, but it makes me think of how Candy did with the dungeon. But maybe I shouldn't make that connection when it's talking about Phaedra.
Yeah. Phaedra.
But-
Okay, snooze.
Oh,
I'm also just biased because I'm sick of Phaedra. And I used to be
Sick of Phaedra.
I used to be a Phaedra apologist. I used to love me some Phaedra.
love Phaedra.
Hey, I feel like I'm still a Phaedra apologist, and because of that, I want her off my TV. Like,
Y'all
I just-
are so
I-
hard on her.
No, I think it's just
We're only a couple episodes in. They
She's
had to
like,
introduce new people.
She's already lying to her
It's
ass.
boring.
Oh, I asked them to run the tape. So
Oh, okay.
I
I can't defend the tape. That was very guilty. I cannot defend that. But to the boring part, dude, they just started the season and
Kate
they had
Shell
to.
is already outdoing everybody.
Well, I'm not.
And it has not been on reality TV in
Damn,
10
he's
years.
giving us something like.
Come on. Like, I think we make
If
too
you're the
many.
Godfather, be the Godfather.
I
So,
think
but
people
that's
are
not
too
just
loyal to
Phaedra. Okay.
Because they know the Phaedra that they used to know,
Right.
and they want that. And it's like Phaedra with
Yeah.
these tired ass rehearsed reads. And it's
It's a little tired.
it's these reads that you know she rehearses and she waits for
I
a moment.
disagree.
to
I
say
don't think
that.
they're
No, I
all.
think she has a ghost.
She-
writer.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, but it's not. But even so,
Like, I do
yeah.
We got a ghost writer.
So you think that she
Phaedra has a
sat
ghostwriter.
there and came up with while you sit there and go through sperm banks, and you think she came up with that on that spot?
I don't think so.
No, she didn't.
She was
I
stewing
was
on
a bad-
that.
even if it was rehearsed, she ate, and we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
A year
Well,
later.
it's
But
iconic,
Jimmy
but
Stewart at the
hers.
same time.
I agree that K. Michelle is running circles around the girls, but I just want to finish my thought on the. We're just singling out Phaedra, and it's
We're
two.
talking about Phaedra.
I know. Oh my gosh, you guys keep interrupting me, and I can't even get my.
Okay,
No.
go ahead, girl. We quiet.
Okay,
Mute.
you said K. Michelle is running circles around all the girls, but I don't know. Yeah, you have energy for Phaedra, and in terms of the like being boring part, all I'm saying is we're only a few episodes in. They had to introduce 2 new housewives. Portia's a lesbian now. Like there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to cover. So give my girl a little time, and I am willing to eat my words if by the end of this season she doesn't step her pussy game up. But I'm just like, God damn. There's
I
a
want her to
lot
take-
going on.
I
I
do
think
too.
I was really
Yeah.
disappointed with her on Married to Medicine, and I think that's where a little bit of my sour is coming from because like that was her opportunity to be back on our screens.
It was a ratings grab from Married to Medicine, which is why they.
Right.
But also, she was dating somebody in medicine that they broke up right before the show premiered. So I feel like that was started filming, and I feel like that wasn't a part of the original plan.
Right.
So a part of her story was missing.
Yeah.
It's like a housewife that can't show her kids, and she's one
Yeah.
note.
I mean, to that point, Portia was boring last season because she couldn't film in her house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I just feel like we don't need. Claudia is on a podcast, and she said this very well. She said we don't need 9 housewives.
Oh,
and
no,
she
it's
said
too many.
if
Didn't you say that?
she
Yeah,
said
I
if
said
we have
that.
to get rid of any of them, who would you get rid of? And she said I would get rid of Phaedra. She says Phaedra has been great, but it's time that she just kind of bows out and go back to Traders, do Traders All Stars, do something else. And I'm like, I agree. And I think again, we hold on to these people that we love and we know for the characters that they were, but I just
right to my point, to your point, and to I think Phaedra at this point in her career should have flipped this housewives like lucrative thing.
why does not your
Flip it into something
home
else.
have a TV show?
Exactly.
You know?
It should have already been flipped into something else, but you have to stay on this show and just like bring these tired
Girl,
like
Candy had
things
10
to it.
reality shows.
Exactly. This shit should have been flipped a long time ago, girl. What's your business model? Why didn't you scale?
I'm curious as to what her loyalty is with the brand at this point.
Yeah. Like what?
Yeah.
But
You're
that's what I'm
bringing
saying.
nothing. Why are you so loyal to
Yeah.
the Housewives brand?
Phaedra stands rise up. They got me fighting for my
No,
brand.
Phaedra stand. I'm saying it's
That's
the
what I
Phaedra
said. I
stand.
said.
This is
I
this is a
was
bad business
saying
model. Like you
today.
should have scaled by now. Where's your business director? Your managing director, girl. Come on now.
All right. Well, on that note, Pinkies is while they're busy beefing, I stay vegan.
I like
Mhm.
that one.
I actually liked it when I
Corny,
heard
but I
it.
like
When I read it, I was like, girl.
I think it's
But
corny.
the
but I
way
think
she
it's-
delivered it, I thought it was good.
I really don't have anything for Pinky Cole ever since you allegedly told me that. No, ever since you told me that she allegedly did not pay her staff.
Yeah,
I got nothing
and
for
her
her.
staff have come out and said some things about some wage stuff.
Did you see that she all those articles that say she asked the judge to to not release the financial statements and her bankruptcy. Yeah, it was all over TMZ, all over Shade Room today. That because whenever you file for bankruptcy and go through all that stuff, they release all your public. She is begging the judge to not release any of that, like begging.
Girl, well, you file for bankruptcy. Like these are the procedures.
What's the procedure? Okay, so
I just got that.
Thank you, office fans. Thank you, I love you. Okay, so Puddin's is I don't need any background singers. It's always my show.
I
Is
like
she a
it.
singer?
I'm gonna work that last part a little bit. Hey, Michelle.
Oh, I didn't know it was K-pop.
I thought that was a joke.
Oh, no, I forgot that.
See, I would like
What?
to say
Missed the
something
K-pop.
about I stay shaking the table or something.
Oh.
Because that's where people don't realize that's where that comes from.
Good enough
She's
time.
shaking the table. Don't shake unless you're ready to
Amazing.
get shook.
That was one of
What?
the reality TV moments.
That was
'Cause-
girl.
Like high level trolling.
Carly
Like
Red.
Michelle.
She's
She's
shaking
shaking the table.
Oh my God! Speaking of Carly Red, I saw that clip where her and Young Jock were touring the house, and she's like, "You fucking my man? I absolutely am."
Yes or no, girl? I absolutely am. Also, she died. Rest in peace.
Oh, really?
Yes, she died. Yeah, damn, that got dark. Yeah.
Well, on a lighter note, y'all, my nephew that I have never met named Aiden is driving now. Remember, y'all remember? Y'all
TV
remember
nephew.
my TV nephew I ain't met? Remember when he was going to preschool and he was like, "I'll always be your baby."
That is wild to think.
He's such a cutie.
We're old. My knees hurt. My back hurt. We gonna be filing for Social Security soon. Okay, so we start the episode with tea time with Kay, Portia, and Kelly. And I'm just like, what the hell is Kelly wearing in her talking head? That purple, it was giving like Miss Piggy, but like not in a good way, because Miss Piggy has some looks, okay? But Kelly, I'm just like,
Fire the stylist.
please.
I didn't like this one. I didn't like. Do you remember last year where she had that red ring the alarm trench coat with the Chinese inspired hair?
Yeah.
I didn't like that either.
Yeah, girl, you need to call whoever styles Quinta Brunson because she's
Oh.
also a short queen. And she's always styled so beautifully for her
Mhm.
height, and everything is proportional and tailored to perfection.
She's missing the
Yeah.
proportions are off.
Yeah, we need to call that stylist and fire whoever you have now. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so they start talking about Drew's man being on the phone. And I wanted to ask thoughts on Drew's man being on the phone, Jordan, since we couldn't get your take last week.
Just don't bring anybody. That was stupid.
Right?
I think Drew. I think she does herself no favors at this point. Like
No, she's
and it
always
wasn't
being
even.
trouble.
So my thing was, I at first when I watched it, I had it on like in the background, and then I went back and I rewatched the episode. Now I realized like, wait, this is some dude that she just started dating. Like I thought.
Apparently they're friends.
Yeah, she called him a
No,
friend.
see, that was my thing. I'm like, this wasn't even. At first, I thought it was Ralph. Then I thought it was like some dude that she'd been in like a long.
Hi.
Like, girl.
Which she admitted to finally later in the episode.
But I thought it was corny. Like, just show up. But then I guess my question for y'all would be, if she showed up, what's worse, showing up like that or showing up with no one and then having someone like Shamia do what she did? Oh, where's she? Like,
No, you were misremembering that. It was actually Drew that said, "Shamia, where is your
no,
phone?"
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I would rather show up alone, and I loved how Shamia paid Drew dust, being like, "Worry about your Zoom call, girl, because my man is working, and you worry about the man you got in your basement." And she should have been. And speaking of Drew, I'm surprised. I meant to bring this up during Hot Topics, but you are not taking your kids to school on time, and they're missing their education.
Yeah.
That is unacceptable.
Well, I missed
You know,
that.
fella.
I missed that.
Yeah, so Ralph now he just got custody of the kids.
Yep, and she has to move out of the
She has to
house.
move out of the
I saw she had to move out of the house, but I
Yeah.
didn't see about the kids. Was
Yeah,
that the
they missed
episode? Was that
3
in
days
the...
of school.
Also, can I interject? Ralph Pittman, I'm talking to you directly now. You had the audacity
Yeah.
to say, I am going to be the father of all your children. You thought yourself to be such an expert on being a stepfather, a second father to Drew's oldest son, that you decided to write a book. And now when things... this is personal for me. You don't divorce the kids. You know,
they're gonna be split up.
Yes, because I actually am speaking from experience. I was raised by my little sister's father, and I still call him daddy to this day. He is the emergency contact on my phone. I'm lucky enough to have both of my fathers in my life, but when my parents, and when I say parents, I mean not my biological father, when they got divorced, my dad did not divorce me. My family did not divorce me. I spend every holiday with this family that is not a blood relation. So screw you, Ralph, because I'm seeing headlines that apparently Drew has to find a new house, Drew and her oldest son.
Yep.
It didn't have to be like that. It could have just been Drew. But now you're turning your back on the kid that you said you were going to be a father to. So
the storyline was that you were going to adopt.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
adopt or not adopt.
But you even wrote a book. Like, how dare
There's
you?
a book?
He wrote a book about how to be,
fatherhood, parenting
but step parenting. He was trying to make that his
lane.
thank you and be the authority of that. So, Ralph, catch me outside.
Worst husband, worst housewife.
Forever. And shout out to second moms and dads who step up, shout and do good by those kids. Sorry, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now, but Ralph Pittman, I never liked you. And until you do right, in my silly voice, until you do right by Drew's oldest son. How'd she say it? What was the end of it? Y'all finish it for me.
Everything you touch will crumble.
Thank you. Okay, so I worked up a sweat because Ralph really pisses me off. Okay, so I love that Kay Michelle put whiskey in her tea.
Oh yeah, I love a hot tie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought he was everything.
Do you agree with Whoresha that Kelly started being toxic with her after the fallout with Shamia? Do we agree?
Well, I don't know if we got to see a lot of. It sounded like a lot of it was behind the scenes, so I don't know if we got visibility into it. But I'll say that it doesn't sound too far off because Kelly and Shamia were both at odds with Whoresha.
Yeah.
So it sounds like I'm going back to Claudia's podcast. She was like,
You mean Carlos King?
yes. Claudia's the only one I listen to on there.
I like Dustin.
Carlos.
I like Dustin.
I like Dustin too.
I like Dustin, yeah.
Carlos is too much of he panders a lot.
No, he was very excited about
good time.
Yeah, and I think he doesn't want to like ruin relationships, so he doesn't hold people accountable. But Claudia said like,
and he was gassing up the worst housewives.
Yeah,
he has Alexis Bellino be talking about I'm stuttering now because I'm so emotional about this, but he got Alexis Bellino on there. He had Mia on there when she was and gassing her up like she's the best thing ever.
But like Claudia said something like their relationship could have started because of like a mutual hatred for Whoresha, and then it could have turned into an actual relationship. So I do think Whoresha might have a little validity to what she's saying. You know what I'm saying?
So two things can be true.
This is just Kelly. I think this is what Kelly does because when Kelly, whoever Kelly is friends with, she's gonna be like that attack dog.
Yeah,
like she's done this
for Brittany.
For Brittany,
yeah.
I'm like, this is just Kelly doing what Kelly does.
Well, I'm an Aries, so I'm always ride hard for my people. I'm a fellow attack dog. So yeah, don't disrespect my people around me because you are gonna hear.
But I feel like Kelly does it in like a way that's like childish and unnecessary.
Yeah,
like I feel like she like inserts herself. Like going back to episode 1, Whoresha. I think Whoresha was kind of looking for an issue. Which like you're antagonizing me, but it's like Kelly.
I actually respectfully disagree. It's none of your fucking business.
Well, no, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, my bad.
But no, when Whoresha was saying like, oh, you're antagonizing me, but I'm like, but again, like, Kelly, like, it's not your place to ask that, especially in a group setting like that.
Kelly wants Whoresha to admit something that Whoresha is never going to admit.
Exactly.
And I think she just needs to get off of it because you're never going to hear Porsha Williams say, I took that man from my friend.
Yeah. And I mean, Portia's been on how many reality shows now and they keep asking her about it. So I think she's her and Candace got into it about it on Ultimate Girls Trip. Like, I'm sure she's getting pissed off about it. And it's like, not only are you not my friend, but you keep bringing it up. And you're talking about shit on after shows. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
which we do get to. I love that line when she was like, sorry, okay, I'm skipping ahead. So Porsha accuses Kelly of sleeping with a married man. And I'm like, Porsha, you are the wrong messenger, okay? And we're Porsha apologists. Yeah, but but I love that moment when Porsha said it's as private as it was when you said it. Because Kelly was like, you know, but she was like, that was the after show, girl. So same. So you had cameras pointed at you, then we got cameras around us now. What's the difference?
Yeah.
But I loved this scene. Actually, they ended with a hug. We got a motorboat. I feel like Portia was cueing in Sway. We get a little slutty vegan scene, and like I said, I really have right. Thank you. I have nothing to say about slutty vegan. Beautiful family. I like that suit and her talking head look. Beautiful gowns. But I don't have anything for Pinky unless she contributes to the storyline. So as you said, Jordan, we're gonna fast
and get one season. One season
Ooh.
wonder.
One season
I think
wonder?
I said that.
Wow.
Predicted.
I second that
All right,
motion.
we're predicting Pinky's gonna be a 1-season wonder. We gotta go back to
the
y'all are
prediction sound effect that we can add in. Yeah,
Right.
every time that somebody makes a prediction.
Like I wouldn't gamble on sports, but if FanDuel had Bravo, you might get a little bit of my money.
Yes.
I think so.
Tap in.
We might have to start a little betting on this podcast.
But I mean, what came out? I'm trying to even think like what was in that scene besides she was naming
Her
her
crying
kids.
to her husband, saying that he didn't support her during her tough time. You don't remember that, the scene with her husband?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what? See,
That's
I don't
what
even
stood
remember
out
what
to
was.
me.
I remember them saying he owns a cheesesteak, and then
Yeah.
she forgot the name of her youngest kid.
Oh,
But I don't even. What was the tough time?
I don't know. Apparently, she was going through a dark time. Oh, she lost her company. She lost Slutty Vegan, and I guess she bought it back, but she lost it.
Where was he? He wasn't in the house.
Well, according to him, he said you weren't alone. I was right beside you. But she said, "Well, yes, but I mean emotionally." So
Yeah, she didn't
good
feel
question.
supported.
Where was he?
Yeah.
Okay, so moving right along, we got K. Michelle and Caston. She said they went to the courthouse to get married. It wasn't a fairy tale. It's been 10 years. They're looking for a new house. I love that part where she was like, "No man need no cave. Ain't nobody no burr.
Ain't no burr.
Ain't no burr.
No burr. Okay, shout out Memphis.
They are a cute couple.
They
I do
are.
like them.
Like them together.
I always wanted her to. You remember her and Idris Elba were together for a while.
Yes. Oh, of
And
course.
I wanted them to get married.
Absolutely.
I thought that was
Yeah.
a sexy
Head
couple.
game.
I thought that was a sexy
They were
couple.
real sexy together.
I bet he used to take them big hands and really just
grab the
yeah.
cheeks, just to tear on them big silicone
Yes.
Memphis Jack Daniels cheeks.
Yeah.
Imagine their child with both of their accents.
Oh my
Imagine
God.
what accent their child would have.
I think you just broke my brain.
Just the looks too. Oh my God.
God.
So she opens up about wanting a baby girl and how she is struggling with her fertility. So we get a shout out to I love how transparent K. Michelle is about everything that she's got going on, and we get to later in the episode about her health struggles that she's been transparent about. So shout out. I really appreciate that transparency with people on platforms such as these. So Kelly, Shamia, and Angela are shopping. Kelly's husband did an interview with Tasha K, which, yeah, I do not. The only thing I know about Tasha K is that Cardi B successfully sued her and she owed her money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah. But my thing about it is I feel like Kelly is giving life to it when she's talking about it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine if she stopped, I mean, do whatever you want, Kelly. Like, talk about your life on the show, but just know he's going to talk too.
Yeah.
So I would imagine if maybe you stop talking about him, maybe he'll stop talking about you. But truly, if you stop talking about it on the show, I really wouldn't know about it.
Mm-hmm. No, that's real. That's real.
But she gotta talk about something.
Yeah, that's going on in her life.
I would say because otherwise, what is she gonna?
Well, then
besides like
her divorce is definitely the topic.
Then she can't boohoo when he go to Tasha K. You got a huge platform yourself.
Gotta fire back. Go to who should Kelly go to?
Funky Dineva, Carlos King.
There you go, Kelly. Get on Funky show. Get on Carlos.
Funky Dineva might eat her up though. Yeah, that's
all right.
That's
you better be rehearsed.
Yeah, start baby steps. Go to Carlos.
So Shamia asked Angela about Drew running it back. Do we have any thoughts on this?
Refresh my. I don't remember this.
So in a talking head, Angela calls Shamia Shamesi, saying like, why does she want Drew and I to have an issue? So basically, remember in the previous season, it was like Drew and Angela versus Phaedra, and what Phaedra was accused of, bringing that guy onto the show. So basically, Drew ran that back after, like, in between seasons, I guess she approached Phaedra being like, I didn't think all the receipts were receipting. Yeah. So just any thoughts on Drew running that back?
I mean, I like Angela's answer. Like, I don't have an issue with it. I'm moving on. Like, it's not a problem. I mean, obviously, I feel like Angela, like, come on now. That was a little out of left field. You were reaching a little too far.
Yes.
So I feel like, just reel it in, girl. Just reel it in.
But Phaedra doesn't help. She just keep thinking of words.
She looks guilty.
Yeah.
She herself.
Well, that's my issue.
Yeah.
Let me
just
not.
don't even be. Just directly answer the question.
That's the thing. I don't know if it's because she's a lawyer or because she's just a liar.
Both. I think lawyers lawyers are very equipped at, and they wouldn't call it lying. They would probably say storytelling.
Yeah.
They're very good at storytelling.
And she's good at
the narrative.
Yeah.
Crafting and picking her words. Like when she spoke about the film.
Right.
She never said she watched it.
Yeah, she said I had the tapes ran.
Yeah.
She never said she saw them.
Sorry.
I repeated it. I said it because I was told it.
So Kelly tells them about Portia saying that she was sleeping with a married man, and she's like, I called her Whoresha. And Shami's like, you said that? And she was like, well, I'm saying it now. Thoughts on Kelly not saying Whoresha to her face?
She wouldn't say that.
I probably wouldn't either.
I mean, what?
Why would I call somebody Whoresha to her face?
Okay.
Was it funny? Yes.
Yeah.
I agree that Kelly should have said it to Portia's face, but in my heart of hearts, I don't think Kelly would have hesitated to tell Portia that. I think this was a afterthought in the shower.
Yeah.
And she was, and so remember episode 1 of her rookie season, she opened up asking Portia, why you take that woman husband or something like that. Like, yeah. I'm a Portia apologist. I think Portia caught Kelly off guard. She thought it was a peace brunch. Kelly came in and thinking we're friends. She was wearing white. Now that she knows that they're fighting again, I don't think Kelly will hesitate to say plenty in front of Portia.
Yeah, I did think Kelly did say this. I think it was in the talking head. I thought it was kind of tacky of Portia to kind of. The conversation was going very smooth. Like, oh, we making up. Like, I'm sorry that I said this. Like she apologized. Okay, yeah, I said it on the after show. My bad. It's like, yeah. Well, you be sleeping with married man too, and it's like I thought that was. And then like Kelly said something like, don't make it seem like we here to make up, and then you kind of bombarded me with this, because then I'm like off guard,
Exactly. Like, are you here to get your get back, or are we here to make up?
Yeah, I thought that's very, very, very tacky. I thought that was very.
And also, like, don't just say nothing and don't bring receipts.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But I'm talking about you and Dennis while I'm in the bed with a married man. Portia, come on.
You absolutely had, and the bob was bobbing on.
It was moving.
It was moving.
I swear,
Girl,
it was moving.
And she was feeling it too, because that head was at like a cute angle.
Just feeling it.
Girl.
So we get to Drew's premiere. We get a cameo from Claudia, and I was going to ask, how do we feel about Claudia Jordan? So clearly you love her, Jordan. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I love her as a character. I think she says some. Outside of Housewives commentary, I think she says some very problematic things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know problematic in terms of who you ask. Depends on who you ask. In regards to trans rights and things like that. But again,
girl, clean it up, girl.
It depends on who you ask. Like she's very much. It all is very subjective, There's some women are very active adamant about I will never date a bisexual man, and she is one of those people who's very I'm standing up for women's rights about like they should have the right to not, and like, okay, we get that. Why do you keep bringing it up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then it does come off as acute homophobia. Yeah. You know what I mean? And things like that.
It also comes off like Christy Noem's husband, like what you doing behind closed doors. When anybody, not just Claudia, but when I get that energy from anybody where they have a lot of
check your search history.
Yeah.
And she's clarified the statements many times, and I people can have different views, but aside of that, I do want Claudia to come back to the show in some capacity. I don't know why the fuck she's on Love and Hip Hop. I don't understand.
She's really good friends with Mimi.
No, but I mean, like, I don't know why. When I feel like that is so.
She only got one season. I'm so surprised that she was not brought back for a second season when she was originally on.
I know. I think she needs to come back in some capacity. Maybe this would be like a little window. But that movie is ass, by the way. The movie is horrible.
The one with Drew.
You actually watched?
I did. So my friend works for Tubi.
Oh, you got the Tubi hookup.
Yeah, let's just say that. And it's ass.
Okay, I
You
mean,
heard-
we saw that one clip they showed in the show, and I said, "Oh, true. Oh, acting pays your bills."
Yeah.
I mean, the only movie I've ever seen Drew in, honestly, I've seen her in an episode of That's a Raven. I've seen her in the Give It Up to Me video. And then I saw her as T-Boz in Good Sexy Cool, which I thought she was amazing in. But other than that,
that song was from a movie that she was in. Step Up.
Step Up.
Yeah.
Step
Okay.
Up.
Cool. Like, and Derwin, med school.
Yeah. Oh my God, the TV show. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But other than that, the movie's ass. Movie's ass.
Well, she did have it. She was on a hit TV show that we can't remember the name of right now. Okay?
The game.
She was on the game.
Thank you.
She was
Okay,
on- oh.
you just didn't hit all her credits, okay? Because I like
IMDb.
truly.
I like Drew.
Me
I love that she's
too.
delusional. She's a little like she's delusional.
She just needs to stop coming for Kim
She's delusional. She's
She needs to
corny.
stop.
She's like she lives in her own world. She thinks she's very self-important and
Yeah.
K. Michelle Mouth
It's
is
funny to me.
ruthless, and I don't know
Exactly.
why
That,
she
but I
thinks she
need people to
can
keep
even.
poking her for that reason.
I know, me too. It's good TV, but I don't know why she thinks that she can keep up with.
Right. You can't spar with her. You
No.
can't spar with Kate Michelle.
I don't think anybody in that cast,
She's delusional, like you said. So
Yeah.
that's why. So Angela makes peace with Phaedra. That surprised me. We meet Sway. Portia says she's in uncharted waters. I loved that montage they gave us of Portia, like, dipping her toe in the lady pond, down to the clip with Pepsi. Yeah, it takes me out every time. You're gonna have problems with lesbians.
Did they say what happened to Shorty from the first episode? Did they say how that ended? Did she?
She said she's
Oh,
dating and
yeah.
it's casual.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's still potentially with.
No, I don't think
I think
so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think she called up an actor friend and said,
That's
"Hey,
what
I need somebody."
That's what people were saying. They're saying that she pulled a Kenya and what's his name, Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon, no, Walter.
Walter.
Stacey and what's his name?
No, okay. Stacey was innocent. You watch out.
Pay for that.
If-
That wasn't
if
a mail
then-
order.
If she did give her money back because he was horrible.
No, he was. He definitely was in breach of his contract.
So Phaedra mentioned more than once that she wanted a double date. I didn't know Phaedra swam in the lady pond.
I think she do. I
Oh.
think. I think so.
I think so too. I think Phaedra is one of those people who's kind of like when she was younger, she was curious, but she's too religious to even go for it. But now she's just like, fuck it, I don't
She's
care.
like, I live in Atlanta now.
Uh-huh.
Saying.
And I was going back to Portia, I always think about like I remember they were on that trip and Candy was like, when she gets drunk, she becomes a aggressive lesbian.
Yeah.
And Phaedra's like, not aggressive. It's like an aggressive lesbian girl. And I always think of that now that I see like pictures of Portia and Sway like all over my social media. I'm like, see?
Yeah, but
See?
they're going on trips and vacations.
I mean, Portia's always said that she's thought that, well, she said in recent interviews that she's thought that she's always kind of leaned more that way, but because of her upbringing, she could never.
That compulsory heteronormativity, okay?
Especially in Atlanta, well, I think in Atlanta, being gay for a man is like obvious, but I don't think you see much lesbian representation in media.
Yeah, not to this level, I
Yeah.
would say. Not on these types of platforms for sure. I have been saying for months, Bravo producers, if you are listening, you need a lesbian couple. Why don't any of these shows have a lesbian couple? First of all, you want some fucking drama? Put them cameras up in the
The lesbian couple, New York,
Oh.
New York.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch New York. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shorty with the glasses. You know what I'm talking about?
Jenna.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen.
But then,
Yes.
and also
Okay,
there was
okay, I do know.
Raquel.
Okay.
But
yes,
Jenna
thank
didn't
you.
show her relationship, but Raquel did.
Okay, thank you.
But the
thank
show
you.
got
Correct.
canceled, so it doesn't count. No, you can still be upset as your attorney. As your attorney,
Yes,
Crystal.
thank
You
I
can
want
still be
another.
upset.
Give me another.
Yeah.
Probably black lesbian.
Yeah, more.
Why does it just have to be one couple? Too?
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth.
If you're gonna have 9 bitches on the show, give us 3 lesbians.
Exactly.
Sure.
Fine.
Give us the real L word.
Yes, exactly. We want the luxury lesbian. Ooh.
Oh, that's a spell. Hold on, Andy. If you listen,
Producer.
Yeah.
Should
Carlos.
yeah, we pitch.
That don't sound like a Bravo TV show. That sounds like our own network.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we might be on Now That's TV.
So Angela fills Portia in on Kelly's new nickname for her, Whoresha. And
You just wanted to repeat that.
She did.
you know
I
what?
would have to because it's fun to say.
I couldn't help but wonder in my Carrie Bradshaw voice how delicious it would be if Nene and Angela got to be in the mix with each other.
Mhm.
Would they be best Judies?
I think so.
Would they beef? A little bit of both? During this episode, Angela makes up with Phaedra. She carries the bone about Kelly saying Whoresha. I feel like she's clocked in and she's not just gonna beef with someone because somebody wants her to. She wasn't just gonna like pick up, what Shamia was trying to throw down. She was just like, why are you so bothered, So I love it when the housewives genuinely make up. And I feel like what her and Phaedra gave us was genuine. It gives great opportunity for them to get into it again in the future.
Yeah.
Frenemies are the most entertaining on Housewives.
Absolutely.
Giselle and Karen, and at times Nene and Phaedra.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm just like, I know we are giving K Michelle MVP, but
I love Angela.
I love Angela, and I think Angela has like the long game. Like I could see K Michelle like just getting tired of this and moving on to something else like
Mhm.
Candy did, but I see like long end game in Angela. Like
yeah,
stamina.
She's great.
Yes. So Kelly's opening. The ladies react to Phaedra hugging Angela. I fell out when Angela said that neck was on a swivel, Shamia. Like, I actually thought Kelly looked gorgeous at her opening.
I liked that look. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
It was cute. It was.
She dresses worse than Giselle sometimes.
Ooh.
It's a little tacky wacky.
Yeah. So as a Portia apologist, Portia sending flowers fell flat for me.
What?
And then calling in even worse. Just show up.
Did they say why she couldn't make it?
She didn't come because Kelly called her Whoresha. But
Okay,
I think she was gonna
how
come
was-
anyway. Like that's so flimsy.
She at the premiere, she made it seem like she was gonna come, and then when Angela told her about the Whoresha thing, she was like, "Well, y'all have fun on Saturday or whenever it was." Girl, you could have shown up and acted a damn fool and been like, "I'm here at your opening." I don't know. You could have,
right.
you know-
you have a whore in your restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
a phone call.
Yeah, it was. I think somebody called. Did she call in or somebody called?
Angela. Either way, she shouldn't have picked up. If she had time to be on the phone, she could have came and clocked in and be on this scene.
Yeah.
Came to work. So Shamia congratulates Drew on her movie, and they talk about Shamia not getting an invite. What do you think of Shamia's mom getting involved?
I thought it was cute. I didn't.
I think Mama Shamia
Yeah.
took it too far.
And
It wasn't a Mama Joyce.
Right. It didn't get
It
weird
was-
and dark.
Yeah, it was harmless. Mama Joyce takes it to hell.
Yeah. it's
You
like,
know,
girl,
no one is Mama Joyce.
I think
but
this
that
was
trench
like
coat,
harmless. Like y'all fight. I'm gonna have to.
my paddle, she said.
Right.
Yes, and you know what? I agree with you because Drew kind of said something in her talking head of just like, girl, get your mama. But I'm like, Drew, don't do that. You yourself said you were taught to respect your elders. So was Shamia. Like, you think your mom wouldn't have done anything different?
Drew's mom would have came and went in there and acted a fool.
Exactly.
She said that too.
Yeah.
She alluded to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like she kind of in her talking head was like, ooh, your mama doing too much. And I'm like, girl, your mama would do no better. And I also, so Shamia says her previous apology was genuine on the YouTube.
The apology that she gave in this voice.
Yeah.
That one.
For all the women on Sweet 16.
If I
Every
hurt,
woman in America.
if I hurt you,
No, the world.
I'm
If
sorry.
I've ever hurt you, I'm so sorry.
So Shamia and Drew end up hugging it out and say that they moving forward. Do we think this is gonna last?
I don't, only because some stuff I'm privy to.
Oh, insider information.
They say y'all can tell I live on the damn blogs, but they say Shamia gets the villain hate edit this season.
Okay.
And K Michelle and who else was it? K Michelle and Portia, K Michelle and someone who she beefs with this season. And so I don't think it's Portia, but they were doing a TV interview. And they asked who causes the most like tension this season. I mean, they both looked at each other and they were like, well, and they alluded to Shamia. And so I think Shamia is gonna have, and I don't think it's just gonna be with Drew, but I think Shamia is gonna have little fires all over.
So she is Shamessy.
Yeah, and I because of that, it's either gonna lead with her either getting invited back for another season, or the opposite, where the viewers are like, okay, you already been on eggshells, we tired of your ass. You know what I mean? Because we've seen it go both ways.
Yeah. Which way do you think it's gonna swing?
What do y'all think? What you think, Autumn?
I'm just soaking it all in.
Give your prediction. Give your bet.
Predicting or
Yeah,
It's not gonna
to
last.
be invited back or not for being shamesi. What do you think? Put in your early predictions.
I think she's gonna be invited back.
you think
Yeah.
so?
Oh yeah.
Because last year,
If
I think
she really
she
is
started off as a
messy.
favorite, and then I think she slowly started to like
Because
get.
everyone was excited that she was finally full time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. She started.
Okay.
a little weird.
We are going to lose Krystal in 7 minutes. So I want to quickly transition to RHORI. And in 7 minutes, we will pause and take a break and then come back because we've got movies to talk about with Autumn and Jordan. But I cannot lose Krystal before talking about RHORI. So we'll be quick with the taglines. Just say toot or boot. Kelsey, who needs a sugar daddy when my life is this sweet?
Two.
Rula, I have a blessed life and I'm a loyal wife.
Boo.
Bitch, if you don't divorce your man,
Yesterday.
leave his ass. Alicia, why settle for just a slice when you can have the whole damn pie?
Did she make pies?
Hey.
Boo.
You know what? I'm tooting anything Alicia does, okay?
I think she just likes to eat.
Oh, boo.
Who doesn't? That's my girl.
She likes a snack.
Ashley, my life is like a rom-com. When I'm not crying, I'm laughing. I'm gonna toot this because I like that she is laughing about herself, but I recognize how that is hypocritical of me because I said the same. I didn't like it when Portia did it earlier. Because the word on the screen is she always be crying. So Rosie, I used to report the news, but now I'm the headline.
Two. I like that.
Okay. Joellen, I'm not trying to be mean. I just mean what I say.
Two. I like that.
This is okay. Jordan, I know you ain't watching RHORI. You should tune in just for Joellen. Just for Joellen, okay?
You would like Joellen.
Yes. There are only a couple episodes in. It's not too late. Liz, in the ocean state, I dispense the weed and the truth. Shoot. Sorry, anybody that tokes on Housewives. I don't know. I thought she ate that. She said she dispensed weed and the truth. I thought that was a shoot. Okay. So that was the Housewives tagline. Alicia has a Bratz doll collection. That threw.
Yeah, I saw that. Her like LOL dolls.
Yes.
Whatnot.
I like Barbie dolls, but a collection is scary. Something scary about a collection.
Some people collect, you know. I personally I think it's too many. You know, I get a little woo woo about the dolls. I'm like, too many spirits can jump in.
But if they're still in the packaging.
They're not actually.
No, they're not
in the packaging. I have several friends who collected Barbies, but they kept them in the packaging.
Yeah.
Here if they're still in the package, okay? So we see Rosie's house, dirt and sticks in my favorite voice. Why did Kelsey sit down with her other guy feel awkward?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I gasped when they revealed that they'd known each other since grade school, and her mom calls him her future son-in-law.
Yeah, I was like, oh, ooh.
So Kelsey doesn't want to work, and I don't mean to sound like Vicky Gunvalson, but yeah, like get to work. Like, I mean, if you got it like that, fine, but if you don't got it like that,
well, that's why she doesn't want to leave her man because.
Well, then I'm gonna need you to decide: do you want a baby? Or do you want to be a sugar baby? Just decide. You can't, clearly you can't have both. So don't play in my face being like, I want a child, but I don't want to work. Children are work, babe. Liz and Alicia are cool after the question box game. Love it when they make up. So Alicia opens up about her parents' marriage. Her dad cheated on her mom and left her with nothing. So this kind of explains probably some hesitation on why she hasn't gotten married. Yeah. She says she hates asking him for money. It feels like a power trip. And we have previously talked about women coming on the show to start a business or leave their man. Do you think Alicia came on to Rhode Island to leave her man? Get a little money, get some independence?
I don't know.
So she can
to
leave?
me, it doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
Because, like, they're not married, and, like, I feel like they're choosing to be in each other's lives, especially.
Well, they have a kid, so that complicates it.
Yeah.
There's just, you know what? Call it women's intuition, but I just feel like there's, when she said she hates asking him for money, I was just watching an interview with Marlo and that football player who I don't like. He think he can dress. He got a podcast.
Oh, Cameron.
Oh, Shannon Sharp.
No.
Not Shannon Sharp.
Enclecta. That one. Cam
Thank you.
Newton.
Cam Newton. But
That's right.
Marlo was just on his podcast, and she was just talking about how her grandpa told her, like, if you got a man, you should always have some money, or like like
Yeah.
men should be providers. She said it much more eloquently and much more sassy, but what are you bringing to the table?
Exactly.
Like, yeah. So
There's more to the story
Yeah.
there, and I hope that we get it because I'm like,
and
I
at
feel
least
like I'm missing some pieces.
exactly, and she should not be like, oh, I dread going to the person I've been with for 7 years to ask for some money, and we got a kid together.
Right.
Like, I don't think that would pass like Marlo's
But I do get
Pause.
it. It is like a power dynamic. Money is often a tool of control in a relationship. So,
But
clearly
you
there's
see,
something there as to why she doesn't.
but you see, Kelsey has no problem spending her man's money, and it doesn't seem to
Yeah,
be
but
a power
it's
trip to her.
different. Sometimes you just giving it out.
But that's my point. Is something
Throwing
is
it out.
up with
Here,
Whoresha.
girl.
You should
Yeah.
not be hesitating, and your man should be your fiance, your baby daddy should be happy. To
It should be direct deposit.
Yeah.
First of all.
So Rula's family dinner, they seem very old school. Someone tells Rula, he made a mistake now, just try to move forward. I love that moment where Rula says she never considered divorce, and a producer asks, didn't you get divorced before?
She was like, don't talk about that. That was the past life.
Okay, we have one more minute with Krystal before we are going to take a 1 year break. So we're just going to do a rapid fire. Rosie has her 1 year anniversary dinner. She doesn't want kids. Her husband says, let's not rule anything out. How much if she says she don't want to have kids, what do you think gonna change?
Yeah, I hate when people do that to women. A lot of doctors do that to women. That's why they aren't able to get their tubes tied and things, because they're like, just wait, you might change your mind. You might change your mind. I said what I said. I don't want fucking kids.
Yeah. Okay, Krystal, before you go, can you give us best and worst Studio 54 looks at the party?
Ooh, okay, first of all, I loved Liz, and I loved oh my god, who was wearing the I thought Joellen was cute. It was okay. Joellen was fine. Liz I liked. Alicia loved. I was like, no one is giving her enough fanfare. People need to be falling to their knees right now. The bitch looks good. Okay, booty was up. I don't know if she had booty pads in. Whatever it was sitting up. I loved the fringe. I could have done without the choker necklace thing, but loved. Everyone else looked fine. I think who was making fun of their outfit? Rosie was making fun of her final outfit. I was like, girl, yeah, you should make fun of it. She was like, I look stupid. Like
Okay, before we take a break, and we'll be back to talk movies with Jordan and Autumn, I do want to send you off with a hot take, Krystal. I think Liz is protesting a bit too much with Dino. Her getting all upset with Kelsey for just mentioning, like, oh, is this a good idea? I'm like, her reaction.
It's a little too touchy. No, it is really touchy. And it's also like, why do you keep trying to prove y'all are friends so bad? You know what I'm saying? It's like when you do something, you're guilty of something, you try to just like totally swing it in the opposite way, so much so that like no one, everyone gets thrown off your scent or whatever. It's like, girl, you doing too much.
You doing
something there.
Too much. Okay, so we're gonna pause and take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys. So 1 second. So actually, oh, I'm so confused. Sorry, can we stop? Okay, guys, we are back in the studio. We had to let Krystal go because she's in an investing club with her family. So shout out to that, and what an inspiration to, start investing in things, get your money game up. So we're big movie heads over here. Autumn, I feel like we didn't get a proper introduction. Can you share like your background?
Yeah, sure. So, Autumn, I work in theater. I work in technical theater, so I'm a production manager for Off Broadway currently. I've been working in theater since I was probably 11 years old. I was an actor, and then I transitioned to be a writer, and then I transitioned to be a stage manager, and then I'm a production manager.
Amazing. Yeah. What are you working on right now?
I'm working on a tour, a Shakespeare tour for the public theater, and we take Shakespeare, and we toured around all the 5 boroughs in New York City.
Amazing.
And it's free and it's accessible to the public.
Shout out to artists. Don't let this world beat you down.
Live theater.
Right.
I just saw Titanic and Lost Boys the other day.
Ooh.
So, Titanic was it got mixed reviews. I was so surprised about that. But I saw Lost Boys.
I feel like so many good things have
Lost
gotten
Boys.
mixed reviews in history.
Lost
Like,
Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
okay, so for those who don't know, Jordan only watches horror.
Oh.
And I'm curious, what have you been watching lately? Any recommendations? What you watching, Jordan?
Yeah. Okay. So recently I saw Faces of Death. And then I also binged watched a Netflix miniseries called Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen. Have y'all heard of either of those?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Faces of Death is a new horror film. It just came out last week. It is not a remake, I would say a requel. So essentially, it stars Barbie Ferreira from Euphoria. Yeah, who plays Kat. The movie was filmed in 2024, and you can tell it was filmed in 2024 because no shade. Barbie is on Ozempic, and she's lost a lot of weight.
She's always
looked beautiful.
Yeah.
And she's lost a lot of weight, and so you can tell that this movie is older
Yeah.
because she's in her former body. But essentially, this I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it. Okay, so it's a requel, meaning that it still lives in the same universe as the first one. So basically, Faces of Death is this movie that came out in the 80s, and it was really, really controversial because it was about this this doctor who essentially was showing this footage of people dying, people, animals dying, hence Faces of Death, the last face that somebody makes before they die. It was people being stoned to death, being being not castrated, that's when they cut off your dick, being decapitated, electrocuted, things like that. And it was really, 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 really horrific footage. And it came out in the 80s. Everybody believed it was real. That's how real it looked. It pissed a lot of people off because they then found out that it was fake. None of the actors in the movie went on to have fame because the movie was so controversial.
Yeah.
Like none of them had early careers. You can Google the actors, and I think only one of them was in other things outside of Faces of Death.
Damn.
It ended up spawning other sequels to where the sequels ended up actually having actual footage of people dying. So then the sequels would have a mix of people like this fake footage, but then it would have actual footage of people being stoned and things like that, but they would cut it right before the person actually died.
Wow.
So this movie lives in the same universe. So it stars Barbie Ferreira as this girl who works at this app called Kino, which is essentially TikTok. Her job is essentially to go through videos that get flagged, and essentially all she does is approve or deny, approve or deny, approve or deny.
Ooh.
And she spends like 1 second looking at each of them, like just quickly going through. And so the movie opens up with her like seeing 1 second clips of these videos from somebody smoking weed to someone having sex to blah blah blah. And it's like a commentary on like how socially some things are accepted and some are not. So like for instance, someone would be like, "Hi, this is a banana and this is how you put on a condom," and then she would deny it and then say sexually explicit content. But then someone would be getting jumped and beat up and it would say allowed but warning violent content. Mm-hmm. Then she eventually comes across this footage of this guy getting electrocuted. And she says allowed, most likely fake. The next day, she comes across another footage of somebody getting decapitated. And it's filmed in the exact same way. And she's like, is this the same guy? And so she says, allow, most likely fake. Then the next day, another video comes, and then she starts getting work because she's like, okay, what's going on? Like these could be real, actual people getting murdered. And she brings it forth to her manager, and her manager's like, just approve them. Like it's gonna get views on the app, and views mean money. And obviously they think it's fake. She then Googles and she uploads them on Reddit because it lives in the real world universe. She uploads the videos on Reddit, and essentially on Reddit, people are like, these are most likely real because of blood spatter and things like that. Basically, long story short, she finds out that someone is recreating scenes from the original Faces of Death with real people. Again, the original Faces of Death was fake, but it was filmed in such a way that you thought it was real. And so yeah, so someone is you find out who it is. I don't want to spoil the whole movie,
Mm.
but somebody is taking real people and killing them in the same style as Faces of Death. But not just anybody, he's taking influencers and public figures.
Wow.
It is very, very gory. It is very, very, very dark. Um, there are some funny moments in it, but it is not a comedy at all. It is really
Which you love. You said comedy takes you out of it.
I hate comedies. It is very, very, very dark. It is very, very dark. So I highly recommend it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. The other thing I've been watching is a short series on Netflix called Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen. 8 episodes. Essentially about this girl who's getting married to who she thinks is the love of her life. And essentially she finds out that she is I don't want to spoil it. Okay, so essentially she finds out that her bloodline is cursed. And the curse is that on your wedding day, if you do not marry your soulmate, you die
Oh God.
on your wedding day. If let me phrase that. If you marry that person and they are not your soulmate, you die.
Yeah, right.
If you on your wedding day leave and you just like don't marry them, then that curse gets passed down to their bloodline. And so every person in their bloodline carries that curse. So she's like, oh, I'm not worried because this is my soulmate. And she keeps telling the story about how they met and how they met and how they met, where they met in this airport. And it was just fate that they happened to be in the airport. And then, spoiler, the brother hears the story and he's like, wait, that doesn't make sense. That's not why he was at the airport. He was at the airport because this girl broke up with him and he missed his flight and blah, 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 blah. So it wasn't fate that brought them together. It was essentially, he was just looking for some girl to coddle him because he just went through a breakup. And so the brother's like, he knows about the curse. She told him. And so he's like, he may not be your soulmate. And she's like, what do you mean? He goes, if you marry him, you may die. And so she's thinking like, well, fuck, what do I do? And so they're trying to find loopholes about how to break this curse. And it's a really, really beautiful story. It talks about like, how do you tell if someone is your true soulmate, like for life? What do you do? Like, or are you just with them just because, you know? And then what happens when your whole relationship was just built on a lie? It's very, 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 very dark. But the story itself, I think, is very, very good. So something very bad is going to happen. It's 8 episodes. So
what
good.
platform is it on again?
Netflix.
Okay, the one I don't have. So Autumn, I'm coming over to your house to watch it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so give us your horror rating on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, so something very bad is going to happen. I'm going to give that one like a 6, 7.
You are so strict.
I'm gonna give it a 6, 7, only because it's a mini series and it's 8 episodes, and so either you binge it or you watch it and you come back to it. And I ain't got the attention span for that, but it's very, very beautiful. Faces of Death, I'm gonna get that one a solid 8.5. I love the gore. It also stars Charlie XCX. Fun fact. But when I say star, she's on screen for like 10 minutes, and it's funny to see her talk with an English accent, like an American accent. But it's very, very good. Barbie is a great actress.
I love her. Yeah.
The movie, I will say, it does have some really cruel moments in it to where you think the person's going to get away and you're rooting for them, and then they get murdered in the most brutal way. I'm not even going to describe.
Sounds like HBO. Don't get attached to like a Game of Thrones character. If you like them, just know they're gonna go soon.
But yeah, so I recommend those. Go see them. Faces of Death still in theaters. Go check it out.
Give them your Give them a rewatch value.
I would not rewatch something very bad. This is going to happen. It's too long. Faces of Death. Once it's on streaming, that'll be something that I'm gonna put on when I'm cleaning the house or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
and you recommend both. Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay, so Autumn and I saw They Will Kill You, and I loved it, but I don't think you would like it, Jordan, because it was hilarious. I laughed out loud quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I understand why that takes you out. I don't mind a little humor. I actually appreciate like you breaking up a little of me clenching my butt during the movie. And I can like, okay, relax. But yeah, I They Will Kill You had a lot more humor. Like I went in expecting a little more horror.
Yeah.
And it was less horror. It still had a lot of gore, but it was more like a Quentin Tarantino gory movie than a horror film.
Yeah, it was very like the gore was very comedic, you know. and
Yeah.
type of,
At
like-
one point, people are so I guess we should give sort of like a premise.
Yeah, so like just I went into the movie, I just watched one preview.
Mhm.
So, you know, and just going based off of that, you know, the movie is centered around two sisters and
Mhm.
they're separated essentially from they are in an abusive home. And so they get separated. And
I think it's important to note that the older sister abandons her younger sister, or
Yep.
feels like she does. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, the older sister essentially parts from the younger sister.
He shot.
No
There-
spoilers, Shelby.
Oh my bad. But I feel like this is in the first 10 minutes. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to like get the story going.
Yeah.
So she does shoot a gun and ends up running off and leaving her sister, which she feels guilty about, and she ultimately gets arrested. And after getting out of prison, she wants to look for her sister. But I found just a little like sound bite that I'll just read out really quick that I think will just help propel us. So They Will Kill You unleashes a blood-soaked horror action comedy in which a young woman must survive the night at the Virgil, a demonic cult's mysterious and twisted death trap of a lair, before becoming their next offering in a uniquely brazen big screen battle of epic kills and wickedly dark humor.
Yeah, it took you out. Yeah.
So yeah, at one point people are losing limbs and they're like walking without a limb, and it kind of reminded me of the Thumbkins in Spy Kids 2. But I love action. I love an action movie. So I'm not trying to criticize it at all, but I think I'm just thinking about it in terms of a horror film, and that's where it like was lacking for me. But as an action film, no notes.
Yeah, I think it wasn't a horror film. Like, you know, just like I think the title is really deceiving. But you know, I let people be their own judge of that. But the action scenes were awesome. Like very well choreographed, very well done. But not enough like of the thrilling factor. I would want to say that there were thrilling moments, but it was like a little jump. It was like, oh, okay.
It sounds like the premise sounds like the sequel's out right now. What's the
Oh no! This is a different movie. You're talking about.
I know, but it's
Ready or Not.
Yeah, it sounds
Ready or Not too.
It sounds like that.
Thank you for bringing that up, because that's another issue I have with like pop culture or like the industry. I hate it when two movies with the same thing come out. Like, remember that Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher versus the Justin Timberlake and Mia.
Friends with Benefits versus whatever.
Y'all know what movie we're talking about. Mila Kunis. Sorry, that was gonna bother me. And so yes, this is just like Ready or Not, except there's a bit more diversity, and They Will Kill You. So there's that. But that is a really good point that it's the same plot.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah. I love. There's a lot of aspects about the film that I love, like Black female
leads.
Mm-hmm. Like that's beautiful,
and that's one of the reasons I was going to go see it.
She killed it.
You can get over it. Yes, good, nice spotting. If you can get over the comedy, you will enjoy it. It's still a good film, but it did get campy. Like, so not giving too much away, there's we've already said it's a demonic cult. And at one point, there's a pig's head that is talking, and like the level of camp, like just to put you in the universe, it made me think of like Eddie Murphy in the Haunted Mansion. Remember the lady in the globe with the head? I don't know. It was just like, I know this isn't appropriate for kids, but it gave very Disney World. And level of camp, corny. But I love corny. I like a little corny. I forget.
Cornball.
Yeah, I forget what.
I like my horror films like serious. Like, I mean, I like a little bit of a little ha 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 at some points, but I want to see some.
Like a Cabin in the Woods gets a little ridiculous.
But I see that's okay.
Right? Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad you because it was at the end, and that was kind of a twist.
Same with like Weapons, when at the end, like it got really campy. But it's like that saved, like there was campy like to certain points. So I was like, okay, this like did you see Weapons?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like at the end when like she was bald and running like
Yeah.
Like that was good, you know. But like when it's like throughout the whole movie, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
this is nah.
So, what horror rating would you give it? I feel like it's like a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10,
Y'all
it's a 1.
straight?
I mean, yeah.
It's not horror. Rewatch
Yeah.
Valley, I'll give it a 10. I could put that on and just keep rewatching it. It was so fun. I love action, horror, gore. Sorry, strike the horror, but I like the action and gore.
To like the horror parts of the movie, it was overshadowed by like the comedy.
Yeah,
You know, like something
that's
like
a good point.
something like what
Yeah,
came after. It's like okay,
Yeah.
that was dumb, you know. But but it was funny, like a funny dumb, you know. But
yeah, every joke was funny.
yeah,
But I get where you're coming from, Jordan, on how that kind of yucks your yum when it comes to what's quote unquote horror.
Yeah.
And it didn't quite slam dunk it the way that like Cabin in the Woods does. That got really ridiculous. Like remember like the man shark or something in the end.
And then
He's
like,
like,
yeah, her
"You gotta
body
be
just getting like
kidding."
slammed all around. They're like, wait, somebody's still alive. And then she's getting like slammed around. Like,
Yeah,
Cabin in the Woods is good.
yeah. But it took itself seriously for like 95% of the movie. And then that last 5%, they were like, we're gonna get a little campy here, guys.
Yeah.
Would you recommend They Will Kill You?
I would for the plot,
Yeah,
like for the essence of. I always love a good like heroic story of like I'm going to go save you.
yes.
You know, like it's like you're after something that's great, that's bigger and greater than yourself. So I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
You know.
And I will say, when it is a Black character, there's different connotations. Like, oh crap, we're not supposed to give away spoilers. How can I say this without giving away a spoiler? A wife betrays a husband, and I can't help but look at the gaze of the husband being Black and the wife being white. And as soon as he was done being useful, he was dispensable. What am I trying to say? Disposable. Thank you. We had a little tequila before we recorded. But yeah, anything else we're watching we want to throw out before we wrap?
Yeah, the drama.
Oh yes, yes,
that.
please. I haven't seen it.
Given too much. I'll just give a little taste, you know, like in terms of like the plot of it's an A24 film. So essentially it shows us like, are you able to love the worst part of someone else?
And the answer is no.
You know,
I read the synopsis of this. No.
And once you sit with it was drama. Like it's a valid fact of like the title of the movie, but I think the question is like, you know, can you love that worst part of somebody, and are you able to look past that and look at all the good, even though it's like that was a part of someone else's past.
If it's that bad, no.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it's that if it's shit, can I spoil this? Can I? Because that when I read it, I've
How
not
about
seen
we
them.
just say spoiler alert?
Spoiler alert. Do you wanna say
Yeah,
what
spoiler alert. Like the wife, fiance, Zendaya's character, when she was younger.
Oh wait, set it. So they.
Okay, yeah, I'll set it up.
But say yeah.
Yeah, so like they're at a dinner. They're at a wine tasting. For the wedding. You know, trying the food, trying the wine, etc. And they're all going around sharing the most fucked up thing that
they've done
in their lives. And you know, one guy, he's like, "Oh, I used someone as a human shield when a dog was trying to attack me." That was one. You know, this other girl, she said she locked a, mentally disabled boy in a closet in a trailer in the woods, and he was missing for like 2 days. That was two. Three, the husband, he cyberbullied somebody online so bad that the boy had to move. And, everyone's pressuring Zendaya, come on, girl, come on. And she's drunk, and she's like, okay, I'll say it. She was like, I almost, went through with the school shooting when I was in high school. And, they're laughing like, you cannot be serious. This is a joke. And she's like, no, like, and
She's
like,
dead serious.
she was dead serious.
And the context is, so she is deaf in one ear.
Yes.
And she had been telling her fiance that she was born like that.
Yeah.
And what happened was this is why I say no, because it wasn't just like a dark thinking of like, oh, I might want to harm some people. So she had a shotgun and she was in the woods practicing to go through with the school shooting, and it hit her in the ear. And that's how she lost her hearing in her ear. And so she was actually planning to go through with the school shooting.
And the only reason why she didn't go through with the school shooting is because there was another shooting at the mall in the same town.
Wow.
And so obviously we're still in the spoiler alert, but she uses that as like, everyone's like, oh, this is so awful. Someone at the school from her class died at this school shooting. And she used that as a way to gain, to join the activism of gun control and,
Wow.
and
No!
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a very conflicting to sit with thinking about it. It's very conflicting, like as a human, to look at somebody and to be like, wow, you actually wanted to do this and it would have happened, or divine intervention stepped in but something else horrible happened, so another horrible thing didn't happen.
Yeah.
So that's maybe we could dive into something like that on another podcast. Like,
Yeah.
what are some things that how deep would you love someone to where how deep would you have to love someone to where you could or couldn't look past something?
Yeah.
Also ask the
Because I
question.
could not. I couldn't.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't look past that.
I think it also asks the question, should we be defined by who we were in high school? And I think
If you were gonna murder a whole school of people, yes, I think so.
I think, and it talks a lot about like mental health, the app, it talks a lot about mental health, but it doesn't talk a lot about mental health at the same time.
Like
I just feel like I'm like not pro guns, not pro gun violence. I'm just trying to put myself in the mind of like a high schooler, which I was like a very long time ago. Yeah, I just feel like we're all very different. And you said if she would have, but she didn't.
But she was going.
And that's the
she was
biggest
going
argument.
to.
And that's the biggest.
It wasn't like she had a
I'm
change of
speaking as
heart.
someone who
Yeah.
hasn't seen
You
the
know what I
movie,
mean?
so I have zero context.
I ain't seen it either, but
Oh,
I read the synopsis.
see, I ain't read shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the whole, as you watch the film, I think you should give it a try, just to like, if you want to be mad and just shout out the screen for a couple of, for an hour and 46 minutes. But
all I'm saying is if we all said every thought that we've had, we would all be in some sort of trouble. So it's about acting on that thought.
But she did act on it.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen the movie. But I'm just like, but you're saying she didn't shoot up the school.
But
so.
No. So she was going to she had every intention on going through with the shooting that day. It just so happened that there was another shooting that happened that day. It wasn't like she said, oh my gosh, this is going to be some horrible thing that I should not do.
Oh, it's just everybody had gotten out of the school because of that.
Somebody stole her shine.
Yes.
Somebody stole her shine, and I think that, again, like, just thinking about just youth, and mental health, bullying,
Exactly.
all these other things.
Exactly.
And so they dive into all of that, and talk about all that in the film. And, and I think it ends, where kind of like where it started.
Yeah.
Like with them meeting again, but
at the table.
At the table. And then
I guess my question would be, what has her actions been since? Because, school shooting, kids that grow up to be violent to people, they were like hurting their pets, like what other actions did she take? Because I don't know, we've all almost done a lot of things. And so I don't know, I guess I just want to, and it being many years ago, like, has she continued with a violent streak, or was that just a reflection of her circumstances, bullying, high school, being a kid, being emotional, You know, like I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm just like I am not who I was when I was in high school. So dear Lord.
But I don't think but we don't. I don't make excuses for any school shooter. I mean, I think that's a deeper conversation.
Yeah, we are not.
You know what I mean?
We are
Yeah, I
talking
think-
about
I think
this
overall,
specific situation.
like murder. You know, I think
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you know,
her intention was
it's
murder.
murder. You know, at the end of the day, and to be a serial killer.
Yeah, and the
So-
only reason why she stopped, like I said, like the only reason why she didn't do it is because, oh fuck, they stole my shine. It wasn't like she was like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And, yeah.
I think if
That's
she
like-
really wanted,
See, that's why I don't watch. I only watch horror films, so I watch people get decapitated and chopped up, and
But
I think at
horror
the end of
films
the
are
day, if
very
she really,
straightforward, though.
I think at the end of the day, if she really wanted to shoot up a school, her character, she would have. There would have been another opportunity. Like, how many school shootings have we had so far this year? And sadly, there's going to be, unfortunately, more by the end of the year. So there's always an opportunity if somebody really wants to. So, yeah, I guess I'm just curious.
comments. What y'all think? I want to know what the comments got to say, because I feel like these comments gonna be polarizing on this topic.
We having drama
we having drama.
over the drama. Okay, so that's a wrap on today's episode of Shelbs for the Culture. Huge thank you to Autumn, Jordan, and Krystal, who isn't here. Thank you for joining me today. Y'all already know we're going to have to run this back. Make sure you're subscribed, leave a review, and share this with your fellow Bravo lovers. Until next time, stay messy, stay entertained, and stay tapped in to the culture.
No. Yay. That's fun.